Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. You can hear the wind as Ron Wong is at Lake D'Arbonne in North Louisiana, and Ron's on the line. And, of course, now Ron's going to listen in as we're at another location because getting ready to kick off next week on Tuesday will be the Abu Garcia College Fishing presented by Yeti National Championship. And we got the man himself on the line, the Bethel man, as we call him, Garry Mason. Good morning, Gary.
Hey, good morning, Larry. Hey, Ron. How y'all doing?
We're doing good, right, Ron?
Doing good.
Always good when Ron can talk fishing. Yeah, right, Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, hey, and Gary, there's a mutual friend of ours that's told me to tell you hello. His name is Peyton from Kenny. Do you know him?
I know Peyton very well. He's on my board of directors for Legends of the Outdoors. So, yes, I know Peyton. And also, I just sent my camera crew
and, of course, he's with the Sheriff's Department
they're
here in Lake D'Arbonne, taking good care of us.
And he said he just sent his what, Gary? You sent your camera crews down there?
Yeah, my camera crew just headed down that way. We just got through filming some turkey hunting episodes for Legends of the Outdoors TV in Como, Mississippi, and they left me and was heading to D'Arbonne.
All right, Lake D'Arbonne. Well, we'll talk about Lake D'Arbonne. Let's talk about where you are, because in Wagner, Oklahoma, where your team and I'm talking to all the folks there, the 178 of the nation's best collegiate anglers, Gary, and Bethel will be really represented, right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Larry, I think it's 178 boats, which most of those boats will have two anglers in it. Some will have one, but so there'll be over 300 of America's best anglers, top college anglers at this event. And
talk to us about Bethel. How many you got there?
I've got 5 boats in it, Larry.
You got 5 boats in it. And this event is pretty special. Talk about the event itself. And, Gary, the evolution of what Bethel is and what it has become, and how everybody's chasing you guys. You got a target on your back, and they all celebrate when they beat Bethel, right? I mean, this is
well. Yeah, I was told by one of the other coaches that he just laid awake at night and dreamed of beating Bethel, and I told him, I said, well, it'll happen for you, but I just don't want it to happen too often, you know. But no, we've had a phenomenal season again this year so far. We won the MLF
yes, you did.
event at Chickamauga and won a brand new boat motor and trailer package for our team, and won 3rd place down at the BASS event, and now we're trying to win the national championship for Major League Fishing. And I tell you, like you said, Larry, it is a very special event, and a lot of things going on up here. They got the Red Crest at Tulsa.
Yes, they do.
And all these college guys up here vying for that first place trophy, and it's just a very exciting time for Bethel and for our guys that are getting to fish this event.
And, of course, there's a $33,500 prize package, including a new, of course, they always say a new Phoenix 518 Pro Bass boat. I don't know why they put new in there. They're not going to give you a used one. Anyway, they're going to get you a boat, 115 horsepower Mercury outboard motor, and the chance, folks, listen to this, to advance to the 2022 Toyota Series Championship to compete as a pro. So you got 5 guys in this thing. So what's?
Well, actually, I've got.
I mean, you got 5 teams. You got 5 teams.
I've got 5 teams. I've got 9 boats, 9 guys in it.
Okay, 5 teams up there. So, what are you hearing? What's it going to take? And talk about just competing in this event when you're in Oklahoma at this time of year. What are you hearing?
Well, you know, this is a new lake for us, Larry. We've never been here before, and so
Fort Gibson Lake. Yeah.
Our guys are very good at dissecting a lake and figuring out what the fish are doing. And they've got a couple of 3 days of practice ahead of them, and I think that they'll do all right. They've got all the right equipment and got the right knowledge. So I've tried to give them everything else that they need, and that's all that a coach can do. And you know, I can't quarterback in the game for them. I just got to send the plays in. So, but you put the right people in and just let everything kind of shake out where it comes.
Well, I think you've been known to have the right people, Gary. You got to admit that. Come on now. I mean, you guys have been so remarkable in what you've accomplished, and of course you folks know that Garry's also the founder of the Legend of the Outdoor Hall of Fame, and he's also on the Legend of the Outdoor TV series. He's the other person. Abby Joe's the one we look at. Okay, I mean it's Garry.
That's right.
The other part of this thing is, but I don't know how you keep yourself coming and going, buddy. I mean, with your schedule like that, how do you work around that?
Well, fortunately, I'm able to set my own schedule, and I work around the college tour. And I retired from as director of tourism back in June
yes,
of last
you did.
year, and because I couldn't do that and do all this too. But I set my schedule accordingly. Once all the college stuff comes out, and we do the TV show, and we're doing 26 episodes this year.
Wow,
of original programming, but God's good, and it's all fun, and I'm getting to live the dream that everybody else just wishes they could do. So I'm very humble about it, and very blessed and thankful of everyone that supports us, both at Bethel and in my other endeavors.
And in other endeavors, that's for sure. And recruiting, tell me, because I've had some people ask, how do you do this? I mean, recruiting for a bass team, Garry, you can't go and watch all these people that want to fish for Bethel now. So I'm just wondering, talk about that for our listeners out there as you get ready for this big tournament in Wagner, Oklahoma. Do they send you film the way they cast? I mean, talk about it, because it's not exactly like recruiting for a basketball or a football player.
No, it's really not. I developed a way of recruiting back early in my career at Bethel as the bass fishing coach there, and no one else had ever done this before, so there was no guidelines to go by.
No, you wrote the book. Okay.
but I ask each individual to send me a resume first and foremost, and I want to see on that resume, I want to see not only what you've done on the water, but I want to see what you've done off the water. I want to see your GPA, your ACT, your SAT scores if you've had them, and I also want to see if you've done any community service work. I tell kids all the time that it's very important that you do this at an early age. 9th, 10th grade is not too early to be thinking about your college career. Then the other thing I tell them is to get a hold of the coach. Send me pictures, send me emails, send me text messages, and let me know how you've done in your last tournament. Yeah. And keep me posted on everything that you got going on. You're never going to worry me. You're never going to bother me. This is what I do, and I love to see that stuff coming in. And then there's a lot of kids that I don't get to recruit that come my way, but I do try to get the very best that I can get, and those that I think will conform to my program and be good for my program. And ironically, we've won 12 national championships and 17 regional championships, plus a lot of other honors. So far it seems to be working.
And you got young men on the pro tours too. I mean, that you can't really keep up. And Ron, you're listening, I know, down there in Dorbone, and you're thinking crappie. But what Garry's, what they've done at Bethel, from your perspective, Ron, you've been covering these the fishing things for a long time.
Well, I have to tell you, over the last 5 years, we have covered 3 guys from Bethel that fished in the Bassmaster Classic.
There you go.
And pretty amazing. John Garrett was there, Cody Huff, and this year, Tristan McCormick.
Yes, yeah.
And golly, that says a lot about a college program. And I want to tell you, all these kids coming out of college, they're giving the old guys a bunch of competition. Yeah. It's pretty amazing to see this happen, and I couldn't be happier than to see a program like Bethel and some of these other colleges that are following the footsteps of Bethel.
They better follow.
And growing this fishing industry, and especially in bass fishing.
Yeah. And Garry, you've heard what Ron said. Talk about that.
Well, man, first and foremost, Ron's exactly right, and I feel very humbled to know that I've had 3 students that fished in the Bassmasters Classic. I've actually had 4 because KJ Queen, who's one of my alumni.
That's right, KJ Quinn. Forgot about him.
There you go. Yeah. So there's been 4 already in the Classic.
So we've had 4. 3 of them won the Classic bracket and represented all of college fishing in America at the Classic. And we're the only school that's had 3. Auburn's had 2. And everyone else has just had 1. But, all of these accolades and everything that we've done it's just been phenomenal. The Lord has blessed us tremendously with some great young anglers and young men and young women that were willing to learn and were willing to do what it took to stay on top of their game. And, here's the thing about college. About only 5-6% of the kids that go to college are invited to participate in their sport in high school and get a scholarship to do so. So these kids want to be competitive, though, in college, and if you give them something to do, they'll go do it, and they'll excel in it, and it'll help them down the road because, it's very important during that period of time from the time they're 18 to the time they're 23, they do a lot of growing mentally. And they're already grown physically, but they do a lot of growing mentally. I know when I was 18, I thought my dad was dumb as a box of rocks. And when I was 23, I thought he must have went to college or something.
That's right.
He came off as smart. But these kids do a lot of growing, and this is a very influential time in their life, and I'm just very, very proud to be a part of it.
Well, Garry Mason, Bethel University out of McKenzie, Tennessee, on the map. I hope one of these 9 anglers you got with the 5 teams, we can talk to you later about winning this championship. But no matter what, Garry, thank you for all your work with Bethel and what you do for the Legends of the Outdoors Hall of Fame. And we'll stay in touch, okay, buddy? All right?
Yeah, thank you, guys, and we look forward to seeing you real soon. Appreciate you having us on this morning.
All right, thank you. All right.
Take care.
Take care.
See you guys.
All right.